This is really the main gist of today's review, guys. This is really the main gist of today's review because I don't know what Tyler is doing, but I need him to stick to the script. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. Don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, another day, another Love Island review. Today was another 1 hour 30-minute episode, which is so interesting that we're getting these so often. It makes me feel like they're giving us the 8 weeks that they usually give us condensed in 5 weeks, because you guys know this season is only 5 weeks. But guys, I don't know what was going on today. I don't know what script Tyler is reading from, but there's a lot to discuss. So as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. You guys don't be following me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Why? Give me a follow. And as I usually and always say, please get cozy and comfy with a hot Ribena or some snacks. And let's get into today's review. So let's start off with a continuation from yesterday's game. Nothing to discuss other than the fact that, you know, Mitch ended up picking Toby as being, pick someone who you think is the most loyal in a relationship. And then everyone was just like, well, it's very strange for you to pick your friend when you literally could have just picked Liberty. But he was saying that he picks Toby as a loyal friend and that, oh, I must have read the question wrong, blah, blah, blah. You know my thoughts. I mentioned it in yesterday's review. You know my whole thoughts on the whole Mitch situation. I feel like he does things for the approval of others in the villa, if I'm going to be honest. And he wants to stick with this boy code. But your answer to that question didn't make any sense, okay? So that was a bit weird. Of course now, Georgia now jumped in because you guys know Georgia and Toby had a little situ. And Georgia was like, okay, but Toby isn't loyal. And Toby was like, how would you know? We've never even been in a relationship. And then she was just like, oh, whatever. And then it got heated for no reason. So even when Georgia H went in her confessionals and she was just like, yeah, it got really heated for some reason. I didn't understand why. I feel like it was very unnecessary. And yeah. But like I said, I gave my viewpoints about the game in yesterday's episode. Anyway, now let's move on to just speaking to Tyler about Molly not kissing him properly. And he said that put him off of her. Very interesting. And I'm going to say why towards the end, because, you know, a bombshell comes in and I actually feel like that bombshell, let me just give a spoiler, Sophie. Okay, yeah, Sophie walks in. So I do feel like, yeah, he has the ick and I honestly don't blame him, especially when Molly, like I have been telling you guys in my other reviews, this whole crying thing over Callum and, oh, he's cracking on with other girls and I just don't know where he's headed. Despite telling him to crack on with other girls, the storyline is boring. So maybe all those tears and all the trials and tests and blah, blah, blah is going to make her and Callum get back together. But I don't really care. Now, let's move on to Toby and Molly now having a conversation. Toby said that he thinks he kind of likes her because she makes him very nervous. Do I think they have a spark? I guess so. So it'll be interesting. Molly is either going to get back with Callum or she's going to get serious with Toby, in my opinion. Let me know down below if you agree, disagree, or if you think she'll probably get to know someone else. But based on her options in the villa, yeah, maybe she's going to crack on with... And if she cracks on with Toby, I don't want to see her cry over Callum again. Okay? That is a public service announcement. If she cracks on with Toby, I do not want to see her cry about Callum again. Now let's move on to Georgia and Callum talking. And I think they look really good together. Of course, we know in the end, Georgia does something so silly, which makes no sense to me, if I'm going to be honest with you. But they actually look really good together. And I feel like Georgia should have continued sticking to that script. But we'll get into that towards the end because I have a few words to say about that little performance or show that she put on at the end because it made no sense. Now, of course, as well, they ended up sharing a kiss around the fire pit. Now let's move on to Tyler and Hannah, because this is really the main gist of today's review, guys. This is really the main gist of today's review because I don't know what Tyler is doing, but I need him to stick to the script. And this is why I'm so convinced that plot was, that pause was intentional, okay? This is why I tweeted this as well. I genuinely believe that men they do stuff for the plot. They like a little razzle dazzle in their lives, because you cannot convince me on God's green earth that Tyler is genuinely going for Hannah over Kaz. And the thing is, I already told you guys in yesterday's review as well, Hannah seems like a sweet babe, don't get me wrong. I understand, okay? But this storyline is not working, auntie. I was confused, but let's get into it. So Tyler takes Hannah up to the terrace, okay? Now, we already know in yesterday's episode that they did already have some discussions, that she did want to kind of get to know him, but she thought maybe she was in the friend zone, and he was like, nah, he thinks that she's really cool, etc, etc. So now, of course, they're having a conversation. She's saying that she really likes his aura, and then, long story short, they ended up sharing a kiss. Now, from what I saw, Hannah's the one who leaned them for the kiss. because her lines that follow after when she's telling everyone else in the villa, to me, didn't make any sense, okay? But Hannah leaned in for the kiss. Tyler didn't budge. I mean, guys, I was looking at my screen in disbelief. I said, Tyler, this is not your script. It's like you've morphed into a new character. This is not your script. That's all I have to keep on saying. This isn't your script, because what you're doing isn't making any sense. Of course, they ended up moving away, and then they went in for another kiss, and the camera even zoomed in. We saw the fillers moving, we saw the lips, we saw the tongue. I just said, Tyler, when we thought you were coming back to Love Island, this isn't what we were thinking. And like I said, Hannah's a sweet babe, guys, okay? Hannah's a sweet babe, but I don't get this storyline. And I don't know if Tyler's trying to do this to basically do a whole 180 later on and be like, Kaz, you're the love of my life, because it's very unnecessary for you to have had to do this in order for you to prove a storyline that you wanted to get back with Kaz. So let me know down below, guys. You guys know we really did like Tyler and Kaz together, but if this is what he's going to be doing, there's no way you're going to be lipsing up Hannah on the terrace and you're going to come to me and say you want to work things out in a couple episodes time. Because I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to look at you like you're mad, but... Of course, after the kiss, she now said that you need to go and tell Kaz and tell her what's up. And he was like, yeah, I need to also do the same. But when she was talking to everyone else in the villa, she was just like, he just stuck it on me. Like, he just stuck it on me. Like, I just didn't even know where it came from. He just stuck it on me. And it was just giving Delulu, because I'm pretty sure she stuck it on him. Guys, am I going crazy? I don't think I'm going crazy. She definitely stuck it on him, but... Child, let's move on. So of course Tyler was now speaking to Toby about the situation, and of course Toby was very shocked as well that, you know, he kissed her on the terrace. And one thing I do have to rate Toby for was Toby even said, no, you have to go and tell Kaz. And he was just like, yeah, I should go tell Kaz it. So the fact that Toby even had to tell you that you need to go and tell Kaz, like, okay, what was very confusing, guys, is even in his confessions, he was just like, oh, you know, like, he doesn't know where it came from, but he really does respect Kaz as a person and he needs to tell her. You're saying that in your words, but you're not doing it in your actions, because you sat down to gist with Toby before you decided to go and speak with Kaz. So where is this respect element coming from? I don't seem to understand. But he did say that he felt like, Toby said, sorry, that when he took her to the terrace, that he couldn't really feel Kaz's energy. So he didn't know if she was upset, Kaz was confused. That's the honest truth, okay? She wasn't angry. She wasn't happy. She was confused, because what on earth are you doing with Hannah on the terrace? And it's not even a competition thing, okay? They're both females, all right? But what are you doing on the terrace with Hannah? That was why she looked confused, Toby, okay? Now, let's move on to Tyler now speaking to Kaz, saying that, you know, they started talking and they ended up kissing on the terrace. I feel like Kaz looked very underwhelmed, like, almost like, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, crack on. Yeah, crack on. Definitely get to know the girl, get to know the babe. And of course, he was even saying that he kept telling Kaz as well, like, you know, my first thought was that I had to tell you. But from what I heard, I think Hannah was the one that said you have to speak to Kaz. And second of all, Toby's another person that reminds you that you had to speak to Kaz because you didn't speak to her. So I don't really understand that one at all. But of course, Kaz did tell him to crack on and said that, and Tyler even said that, oh, we should really still get to know each other. But I feel like Kaz actually shut that down. And even her confessional, she was just like, is the terrace beefing me or something? Because why do people keep doing things on the terrace, especially people that I'm interested in? But in all honesty, like I said, I don't know if Tyler's trying to try a redemption arc 180 type of situ, but he needs to stick to the thing is, he hasn't stuck to the script, and I'm not even on the show and I have the ick. As much as I love Tyler and Kaz together, I just feel like if this is what you're going to be doing coming back into the show, then it's okay. You and your skinny jeans can go. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to say that. What did I? Anyway, now of course Kaz now ends up telling Liberty, and Liberty says, okay, no, that's not okay. Like, I need to say my piece. I need to speak to him. Now a lot of people on Twitter were complaining that they feel like Liberty was doing too much, but I really like Liberty and Kaz's friendship. You're not going to take my friend for idiot and think we're all just going to be sitting here chummy having breakfast. Oh yeah, we're besties, we're Love Island all stars. No, okay, so I'm actually glad that Liberty went to go and tear Tyler's singlet. I'm sorry, there's no way you're going to make my friend feel like an idiot and go and kiss a whole different girl on the terrace and then come back and be like, oh yeah, well, we can still talk, right? No, we can't. We actually can't. And it's sad because I feel like Kaz can't catch a break. And even when we wanted her to catch a break with someone that she already knows, she still didn't catch a break. Either send someone in for her or send someone in for her, or she needs to go home, because we're not going to allow secondhand embarrassment to our sis for the second time. Ain't gonna happen, okay? That was supposed to be a snatch, by the way. I don't know why I didn't speak, but I done that. Now let's move on to the following morning. Not much to discuss other than with the girls chat. So Georgia was saying that sparks fly when she's with Callum, allegedly, because you end up switching up at the end of the show. Not sure why. Georgia said that she feels like she's getting the ick from Anton. And if you guys watched yesterday's review, you know I already said this. The Anton and Georgia storyline just seemed oh so forced. Like oh so forced. The transition from her to Josh didn't even make any sense. How quickly it went, how much she hated him all of a sudden. And I feel like, as you guys know, even in the morning chats, Molly was now speaking about the fact that, oh, she doesn't feel like Josh is for her. She feels like Josh is a bit too wild for her. And I feel like that was pretty much music to Georgia's ears, if I'm going to be honest. But at the same time, because we know at the end someone comes in and her and Josh get on really well, I do feel like yeah, I feel like she had the ick from Anton from literally day dot, but she just really wanted to kind of play it cool and keep her options open. And anything else? Molly once again confirming that she's drawn to Toby, and Hannah acting Delulu over the kiss again. And he's just like, oh man, I just don't even know where it came from. I just don't even know where it came. Okay, but what was interesting was the boys were having a conversation, and Tyler did also say that he feels like the kiss was 60-40, so but 60 more on his part, which I still don't believe. I feel like she leaned in for that kiss, and then the second time was just them running on vibes, because I don't really understand the need for that. But he did say he felt like Kaz's energy was off when he told her. Nah, you don't say. What did you want her to say? Jump for joy, cheerlead, you know, become a cheerleader for you around the pool or something. What did you want her to do? Praise you? I don't get it. Of course her energy was off. Which is why if he's trying to do a 180 redemption arc, it honestly just doesn't even make any sense. Now let's move on to the two new bombshells entering the villa. Why am I so dramatic? I don't know. But yeah, the two new bombshells entering the villa. You guys remember Sophie from, I think Sophie was season 6 and Tom was season 8 or 9. I think 9. You remember Tom? Tom and Sammy, I actually really like them together. I think they came in 3rd place in their season. I don't remember. But one thing I will say is I'm shocked he's back. Very interesting, I'm just saying. Sophie as well, guys. She is actually such a beautiful babe. She's always been a beautiful babe, do you get what I mean? But she has a very, very, very gorgeous face. And it's just so interesting how genes work, because she looks like her sister Rochelle, but at the same time looks like her own person. Like, God really snapped with the concept of DNA. I'm just saying. Now, of course, Sophie entered the villa and so did Tom, and they were speaking to the opposite sex group. So Sophie was talking to the guys, and she was asked, you know, how was everything with everyone? And Mitch blatantly just said, I'm with Liv, but I told her that I've made it very clear that I'm still open. Very clear. Okay, we've heard you. Because I don't know why you're shouting. And second of all, you haven't made it very clear. Okay. Of course, Tom was talking to the girls as well, and of course addressed the elephant in the room that he's actually had relations with 2 people in the villa already. So it is really and very much given the X on the beach, but he's had relations with Arabella, and also him and Georgia still, they actually dated a few months ago. And it also resurfaced on my Twitter, because someone tagged me in it, that they were actually on holiday 7 months ago. So definitely is very, very, very fresh. Georgia was now speaking with Hannah, and she said that she feels like she's a bit baffled because she really likes Callum, and obviously with the whole Callum and Molly situation, things are now awkward because I decided to go for her ex, and now Tom is here and my head is fried and I don't know what to do. And Hannah was like, babe, it's open, it's early days, you know, it's early days, you gotta do what you want, you gotta go over your heart. So she now went into the changing room and she was just like, oh, like, guys, help me pick something. So she definitely is going to try and, you know, with Tom. And in all honesty, I just don't feel like it's a smart move. That's just the truth, because we actually liked Georgia and Callum together, and I know she doesn't know what we think as the public who are watching the show, but also at the same time, like, now it just goes like you're just jumping. Toby, oh, no more Toby. Oh, Callum, no more Callum. Oh, now Tom. That it's just given very, very, very unserious, and you need to also stand on your grounds. Like, a guy can't come into the villa and allow you to just be giggling and like, that's your ex for a reason. You need to stand on business, stand on something. You have to stand on something, because then they're just going to know, like, oh yeah, I can still get her. Like, yeah. And 7, yeah, we'll get into it, Shy. Let's get into it. But I do feel like she should have just stuck to Callum. Now let's move on to Hannah and Ty having a conversation. And he said that his priority is her. And once again, I feel like he's just doing things for the plot, because you can't convince me that he wants to get to know Hannah more than Kaz. I don't get Tyler's reasoning behind what he's doing right now. I just kind of want to open his brain a bit, just unpick it just a tiny bit, see what's going on upstairs. because I just don't really like understand. And it's cute to see Hannah happy. I won't lie to you. You know, she hasn't had a chance in this with anyone in the villa for the past, what, 8-9 episodes, which is like, you know, a couple of days. But at the same time, I just don't know if her and Tyler is the storyline that we were all expecting. It's not the plot twist that they're actually giving, okay? That's just in my opinion. But let me know down below. You guys know I love to know what you guys also think about the show. Now let's move on to Tom and, of course, Sophie getting a text that tonight they were going to have 3 dates. Someone to cook their starter, their main, and also their dessert. And, of course, they get to pick 3 people to go on a date with. So Tom picked Arabella for his starter, Molly for his main, and Georgia S for his dessert. And Sophie picked Chris for her starter, Toby for her main, and Josh for the dessert. Now, Arabella made avocado. I don't like avocado for some reason. I don't know. I feel like it tastes like cream. I've never, ever, ever, ever been able to get into it. Let me know. But I won't lie. They tried with the presentation. It was very clear that Tom and Arabella still have a lot of chemistry. And I'm not surprised because, like I said, they did have a previous situation. Molly, Molly said that she would like to get to know him. I feel like they were okay. Yeah, I feel like they were okay. I guess the odd flirt. I feel like Tom was a flirt in general. They were okay. It wasn't, you know, fireworks, sparks flying, but there was decent conversation at least. And Georgia S, of course, she made ice cream and fruits. The chemistry was there, guys. You guys can't even deny it. The chemistry was 100% there. Even with the fruit situation, like he was just like, oh, I've missed your little voice. Oh my God, I've missed you. He was proper complimenting her, looking dead into her eyes. Even everyone else on the terrace who was looking at the date was like, oh my gosh, like that looks, you know, it looks like things are kicking off. So even they asked Callum, you know, like, Callum, how do you feel? And Callum looked like they called him and said, you're going to war today. Okay, he looked so defeated, and I don't blame him. He's been through so much in this villa already, and now the girl that I actually thought I was getting on well with is cracking on with her ex, and I'm watching them on a date. Like, guys, his head was leaning on the banister and everything. He looked so defeated. But like I did say, what was really weird for me, in my opinion, I think, did Tom want to lean in for a kiss? I don't remember, but then Georgia said, oh, I could really do some cuddles. And then he was like, come here. And she said it was really awkward. And then she ended up going to sit on his lap. That was really awkward because she even looks very uncomfortable as well. I don't know why she done that, especially knowing that Callum and everyone else on the terrace could see her. It was weird, guys. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree. But I think I even tweeted as well, like, why did she do that in everyone's presence? And she just kind of even sat there like this. I was just looking around. I didn't understand the need for that. But you can definitely see the chemistry still there. But once again, I feel like it would have made more sense for her to stay with Callum, because now just you're jumping. They can bring all your exes from the past 5 years and you'll just be picking and choosing which one you want to speak to. So I don't feel like it was a smart move. Now, moving on to Sophie's date, Chris made prawns a la breath, and I'm not surprised because there was a lot of breathing going on in that kitchen when he was cooking. But they did have a good conversation, nothing too amazing. Of course, whilst Toby and Molly were whilst Toby and Molly were in the kitchen, whilst Molly was cooking for her date with Tom, they actually had a lady and the tramp moment where they ended up sharing a spaghetti between them. I don't think they kissed, but they did get quite close. And everyone in the middle was like, ooh. And you guys already know how I feel about Chris, right? And you guys picked up on it as well, because you guys also noticed it when we spoke on live on Sunday. By the way, guys, Sundays are live days, period. Make sure you're there. But yeah, you guys noticed the fact that Chris just seems like really, like the second that happened, he was just like, did someone share a guess? Like, why? And even Sophie said, like, why is that the first thing that you thought of? And it's true, why is that the first thing that you thought of? I don't know, I wouldn't think of that if I heard that coming from my fellow islanders, but that's just me. And of course, for dessert, she had Josh, and he fed her chocolate covered strawberries. Guys, I really do like them together. I think they do have a lot of chemistry. She ended up sitting on his lap after the whole Tom and Georgia thing happened as well, and then they ended up sharing strawberries as well. Georgia was overlooking them. I'm not sure why. You literally just said you don't like the guy literally like how many hours ago, but I feel like they actually look quite cute together, guys, and I wouldn't be I wouldn't be mad for Sophie and Josh to get together. Now, of course, whilst this was going on, Anton, Kaz, and Lib were having a conversation. People were tweeting like, Kaz and Anton, when did that happen? Guys, I genuinely just feel like it was just a friendly, like, you know, we're just friends. Like, it's just a trio friendship group. I didn't think it was anything deep. But, of course, I feel like, what was I going to say? What did I say? Oh yeah, Liberty. So Liberty said, oh guys, I think I'm going to sleep outside tonight. And Anton basically spilled the tea like, yeah, I've spoken to Mitch, and Mitch just talks a lot to the guys about clout and followings and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not surprised, because I feel like that's genuinely the vibe that I've been getting from Mitch since he entered the villa. I'm not sure if you guys got the same vibe as well. But even Mitch coming back, I mean, he sees them literally, sorry guys, You know I talk a lot, my lips are dry. Much better. But yeah, his season literally just ended. I don't know why is he even classified as an all-star yet? I don't understand. But anyway, yeah. Anton pretty much confirmed that that's all Mitch talks about. Like, I say just leave him because he's just gonna F you over in any second. And Lib was like, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I guess what was nice, Anton basically telling Lib, don't put your eggs in that very unserious basket. Okay. Of course, at the end, we'll give him the opportunity to vote for Sophie and Tom, who would like to see them couple up with based on their dates. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't actually vote because this sounds really bad, but I don't care about them as characters per se, or who they're in a couple with. I guess possibly people are going to vote for Tom and maybe Georgia, and maybe that's going to be a storyline because we know Callum really likes her. And I do suspect that people are going to vote for Josh and Sophie because they seem to have the most chemistry on their date anyway, and it seems like Toby and Molly might become closed off at some stage. But yeah, if you did vote, let me know down below, and as always, sorry, please let me know how you also found today's episode. I'm giving it the same rating that I've been given the other episodes, except the episode of Tyler coming back, because that episode was a good episode, I won't lie to you. But yeah, let me know down below how you rate this episode, how you found it, your thoughts, your comments, all that good stuff. As I usually and always say, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family, and also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. But other than that, and thank you guys so much for watching. It's almost the end of the week, honey. We're almost 2 weeks in, 3 weeks to go. Woo! Okay, thank you guys for watching. I love you so much. Please take care, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye.